Hey everybody, I thought I would just give an update on my health stuff. As most of you know that have been, I guess, following my TikTok or have me on social media or anything like that, have known that I have been struggling with ongoing health issues for the past several years. And today I finally met with a specialist who actually took me seriously and is a strong advocate for women's health. And the fact that it took me going to a third specialist, I am disgusted by that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to deny that it took me 3 specialists to finally understand what I'm going through and how I'm feeling. So yeah, I had my appointment today at McMaster Children's Hospital. And although you're thinking Children's Hospital, like, why would you be going there? The clinic I went to is actually through the university itself. So they operate out of the Children's Hospital. So I went for that appointment this morning at 11 o'clock. Very nervous, actually terrified. It's more or less the best words to use for this situation. And because a lot went on, I made a Facebook post about it, just like letting all my friends and family know of what's going on. And I printed out my Facebook post because it was so long and there's so many things for me to remember. So I'm basically going to read off of what I posted on Facebook, and then maybe talk a little bit more about it at the end. So the appointment didn't go well. I mean, I guess it could go well in the sense of I got the answers I was hoping for, but at the same time also left me feeling scared. And I have a lot of thoughts about everything going forward. Sorry if you can hear that noise. That's my daughter. She's autistic and she's stimming. So I'll just read off of what I printed. Now that I'm home, I guess I can post an update on how my appointment went with the endometriosis specialist. Let me just start by saying it did not go well. The doctor was wonderful, had amazing bedside manner, and made me feel very comfortable. He was very informative and tried to make me feel basically as comfortable as possible, even though the actual examination was extremely painful for me. Mind you, I had 4 ultrasounds while I was there with 4 different ultrasound wands. One being to view the external muscles of my stomach, which is where the endometriosis is, and then one being able to see everything inside. And then I had the wand, which is the one that all females hate. That's the one where they up your, you know what I mean, right? Which was very, very uncomfortable. So let me just start by saying, for any of my friends who have been following my health updates for quite some time, a year ago I found out that I have endometriosis growing in my lower muscle abdominal wall. I had a failed diagnostic laparoscopy, followed by a hysterectomy, which was promised to give me relief, but didn't. According to the specialist I saw today, he thinks that this endometrioma has been hiding behind my abdominal wall for the last 10 years and has only now shown its ugly face. I've been suffering for the most part in silence. For the last nearly 2 years, I've had to miss countless days of work due to the pain and constant sickness. It got to a point that I could not take it any longer. So my OBGYN sent me for a third opinion, and I'm really glad that he did, as I learned a lot today. Without getting into too much detail, because I'd like to spare you guys the graphics, My doctor will be closely monitoring me over the next year, maybe longer, but let's hope not. In 3 months' time, I will have to return back to McMaster to have a biopsy done on the endometrioma to make sure 100% that it is an endometrioma and not something else like cancer or anything like that. Fingers crossed. But they're pretty sure that that is what it is, but they just want to make sure before they decide to operate. In the meantime, I'm to continue taking my monthly hormone injections as well as hormone pills to help me manage the symptoms that come with menopause, because as most of you know, I am going through that because that's my dog barking at something outside. I'm going through menopause right now because of the hysterectomy. I'm on a monthly injection that basically puts my ovaries to sleep so they don't produce estrogen. I have no idea what he's barking at. So I do experience your typical symptoms of menopause, like hot flashes, mood swings, stuff like that. But yeah, so since that's basically what I'm going through right now, I'm on hormone supplements to try and alleviate not only the pain from the endometrioma, but also try and eliminate or at least decrease the symptoms of menopause, which have been very uncomfortable. So that's what I'm currently going through, since I no longer have my, as I call them, baby-making factory parts, because I don't. The only thing I have left is my ovaries. I've had my uterus removed and everything else. My ovaries are still there, but they will most likely be coming out when I have my next surgery. Once the results come back from the biopsy, then we will be scheduling surgery, which from what I was told today will be quite invasive, as today they officially diagnosed me with deep infiltrating abdominal endometriosis, which is the highest stage of endometriosis that anyone can be diagnosed with. And it's also one of the severest cases of endometriosis because it's the hardest to treat and operate on. Which is very rare, and it only affects 1 in 5 women a year. The surgery will be quite extensive and will require a plastics team to assist in basically putting my abdomen back together to make it feel as normal as possible, even though it no longer will be. The ultrasounds today did show that, aside from the endometriosis, the obvious, all of my other surrounding organs, like my bladder and everything, my bowels, they're all fine. They're not affected by the endometriosis, which is great news, because with the issues I've been having, I thought that's what the problem was, but it's just a combination of my body doesn't know what to do at this point. Like, my body is basically silently fighting itself, and it's becoming a constant daily struggle, and it's really affecting me. It's affecting my social life. It's affecting my work life, because I have to call in a lot, or I miss a lot of work, or I have to leave a lot. It's also affecting my marriage, my sex life, because sex is unbearably uncomfortable, honestly. Like, just like it was prior to my hysterectomy. So, but yeah, so that's kind of just a bit of an update on what went on today. And I would really love to hear from other people who have, other women who have experienced this as well, or like any advice you may have to try and bring me some sort of comfort in this, because I'm terrified about going under again. I know that long term this will be what's best for me. So I've got a long road ahead of me, and if I'm not on here as much, that's probably why, because I'm dealing with this and I'm not processing it very well. I'm just trying to like let all of my family and friends know before I go for the surgery and before all this happens. But that's the update for today, and I know I promised you guys I would update you as soon as I have answers, and that's all the answers I have for now. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this will be it for me, and this part of my life journey will be over. I really, really do hope so.